Hey, what's up guys, Nick here, and today I'm doing my Halo Infinite trailer breakdown video. Gonna jump into the trailer, look at everything about it, try and pick out any little things we can find that might give us some kind of indication of where this game is going, or where the future of the game, or maybe where it's set, anything like that. But throughout the video, I want you guys to drop comments down below. Maybe you disagree with something I say, or maybe you spot something that I maybe miss. Together as a community, I want us to dissect this trailer to work out everything we possibly can from it. So before I go on too much longer, let's jump into the trailer and see what we can find. Okay, so the trailer starts off with a nice panning shot of a lot of different things. This rock formation, very high quality by the way. This engine is looking incredible. The new slipspace engine that has been developed for Halo Infinite is going to be amazing. I just think it's going to be incredible. These deer as well, these wildlife, which hopefully indicates there will be a lot of wildlife in this game, because I really enjoyed seeing the animals in Halo Reach. But here's our first look, or first glance at something from the trailer. Okay, so this is the first sign of anything story related in the trailer, and it's writing on the wall. Nobody has unfortunately been able to work out what this means yet, as people just have no idea what this language is. It might be Forerunner, but we have no clue, unfortunately. So if any of you are out there who are really smart and know your stuff and are able to work this out, make sure you drop a comment down below. But I've done my research, I've looked everywhere that I can, and people aren't sure. But this is the first indication that wherever the game is set, there is some kind of life where, you know, the game is set, I guess, because obviously the writing on the wall indicates that. So this is interesting. We don't know what this means just yet, but it's the first signs of something story related, which is very exciting. So the next up, we have a warthog, it seems, driving off in the distance with these weird rock circles formed in the sand, and then we have a walkie-talkie here, which also leads on to something very interesting. I'll let you listen to the walkie-talkie one more time, and it turns out it is Morse code, and there are some very exciting things that may lead on to what this Morse code is saying. So as I said, this is Morse code coming through the walkie-talkie, and what it stands for is SOS Zeta Halo GRD, or grid. Maybe giving a grid reference or a location of where their SOS is coming from. Zeta Halo, if you didn't know, is installation 07, and this has me very excited, as this gives an indication of where the game is either set or just where this trailer is. But I'm guessing if the trailer is here, then the game is probably going to be here as well. And Zeta Halo, also known as Installation 07, has some very interesting things about it, which I'll go into right now. Okay, so this video is not going to become an Installation 07 or Zeta Halo informational guide, but I do want to give you some of the key points about this area to let you guys know why it might be a really awesome place for Halo Infinite to happen as well. Some really intense, crazy things go on here. So Installation 07 is one of the 7 existing Halo installations, and it's actually one of the only remaining ones of the original 12. So there's only 7 remaining, and this is one of them. This is Installation 07. So there's not going to be that many Halo rings for us to jump between left in the Halo universe, and this is one of the only ones left. So going back to Halo ring would be really exciting for Halo Infinite. After it was originally constructed, Mendicant Bias took control of Installation 07, which is never going to be a good thing in the first place. This brought on Mendicant Bias's rampancy, which happened through a conversation with the Primordial. So a lot of crazy stuff happened on this installation, as you can already tell. Now on Installation 07, they were trying to find a cure for the Flood, and hearing the Flood should send shivers down your spine. As we all know, the Flood are terrifying. They might be the most terrifying mutation in any universe, not just Halo, anywhere, any universe. They are horrifying. So they're trying to find a cure here, and if the game is possibly set here, you never know, maybe some Flood are left over. The ring was originally 30,000 kilometers, but after Mendicant Bias was defeated by the Isodidact, he had to get rid and eject parts of the ring, so it was brought down to 10,000 kilometers. So it lost 2/3 of its initial size due to this, which is pretty interesting. I don't know how much that is going to affect the game or anything like that as well. 10,000 kilometers is still a very large area, but 30,000 to 10,000 is a large chunk to lose. Now, one of the biggest things that happened on this installation was that it survived the Forerunner Flood War, which leads to a lot of cool things that could potentially happen in the game. Forerunners could pop up, maybe the Flood could pop up potentially as they appeared in Halo Wars 2. So if they do appear, that'll be awesome. I'm a huge fan of the Flood and I want them to come back so bad. So I would love to see them return in the next Halo game. Now the last thing that I want to mention about Installation 07 and why it is such an interesting place is the Palace of Pain. The Palace of Pain is a place where people were taken by the Forerunners to be experimented on by the Flood. So they were infected by the Flood to have a look at what kind of side effects they would have. But not just the side effects, but the supposed immunity that some people had. But it turns out there was no immunity. The Flood merely chose whether they infected someone or not. So that is terrifying, that people were literally infected by the Flood on purpose by the Forerunners for testing purposes. So Installation 07 is going to be a terrifying place. I have a real feeling this game might be a little bit dark at times, which I would be a big fan of. I want a dark, gritty Halo game, and this might be the one that we're looking for. Alright, moving on from how terrifying Installation 07 truly can be, we get a better look at what the Slipspace engine is capable of. That the Rhino, yes, there are rhinos in this game. Wow, I am absolutely shook. But this engine looks amazing. The graphics are mind-blowing. I cannot believe Halo is really going to look like this. Got a couple more scenes here, and coming up we have a Pelican, and inside this Pelican we have a very interesting poster. Now as we enter the Pelican, there are a couple things to look at. I'm sorry if it is a little bit blurry, but of course downloading videos does kind of degrade the quality a little bit, unfortunately, but I'll put images on the screen to kind of help you understand what I'm talking about. Now the first thing to take notice of is the poster on the left hand side. The poster says "Fight for Her" with a picture of planet Earth on it. This is a throwback to a poster that first appeared in Halo CE, and it also appears in Halo 3 ODST. And I'll put the pictures of those on the screen right now. But the other thing of major interest for the story of this game is that there's a panel that actually has a date on it that says 2560, which indicates this game takes place a year and a half after Halo 5, which took place in 2558. So that is very interesting. We have a bit of a timeline for this game now, so that is awesome. Let's move on and see what else we can find. Okay, so after the Pelican, we have a shot of a submarine underwater, obviously looking for something, and people were thinking this might be some kind of Forerunner vehicle or Forerunner, you know, bit of technology. Some people think it might be a retriever, which you can see in Halo Wars 2. We're not sure though, we have no confirmation of what this could be. So if you have any ideas, if you think you know what it might be, drop a comment down below, let me know. I'll be very interested in reading what all of you think this object underwater might be. Okay, so after that we have some shadows walking along the beach. Not too sure. At this point I was pretty confused. I was like, what game could this be? And then we get a shot of some Marines. But the interesting thing about these Marines, they are holding Halo 5 styled BRs. So it shows that there's a definite mix of art styles going on here. The Marines are looking a lot more classic, yet the BRs are a lot more modern style, which I like. I love the mix of art styles. I think that's exactly what this game needs to do. So that's pretty exciting. I love the look of these Marines. They are awesome, but they look like they've had a bit of a battering, so you never know. Maybe they had a bit of a rough time on Installation 07 so far. So in this next frame, quite a few things are happening. We see a nice open valley, but if we zoom and enhance on the orange smoke from the Marines, you'll see that there are a ton of Sentinels kind of hovering overhead. So hopefully the Marines are okay. Hopefully they're not being attacked or anything like that. We have no idea what's going on, but we do see Sentinels. So we do know that this installation still has active Forerunners on it, which is very, very interesting. So who knows where this will go or what this means. Maybe we'll get attacked, maybe they'll be friendly, we don't quite know. So coming straight from this, coming into frame, we get the Master Chief holding his helmet, and if you notice, it is a very classic looking take on the Mark 6 armor. It is definitely taking the look of Halo and going back a lot. 4 and 5 definitely evolved it quite a bit, and a lot of people didn't really like this, so they're going back to a more classic look for this game. I'm personally a big fan of this. I know some people might be upset that they're changing up the armor and wanting an explanation to why, but to be fair, in 4 and 5 his armor did get a bit of a beating. At the end of 5 he had a cracked visor, so he doesn't want to be walking around with a cracked visor for an entire another game. So, you know, I can kind of see why they would want to fix his armor, but I'm interested to see where it's come from and why it's looking a lot different. If they say nanobots, I'm going to be very, very annoyed. And one other thing to mention, that if you look in the visor of his helmet, you do see a warthog. So I don't know if this warthog is broken down, or maybe it's a warthog that he was driving or something. At the very start of the trailer, we do see a warthog driving in the dust outside. So you never know, maybe this game is a lot of exploring, maybe it's an open world game. Some people are saying, you never know, but there is a warthog in his visor. What that means, we're not too sure, but it's there anyway. It looks pretty cool. Then after this, Master Chief walks off that shot and you see a warthog with a couple of Marines in it driving along with some Forerunner structures firing beams into the sky. And it pans over towards this amazing looking mountain. You see a halo ring. Halo Infinite comes on screen to announce the title of the game. Don't think there's anything much more Easter egg or, you know, stuff for me to point out story related, but all of that looks absolutely incredible. But after that, says powered by the Slipspace engine. Then we see Master Chief appear at the very end, putting a chip into the back of his helmet. So is this Cortana? Is this a different AI? We don't know, but lots of questions that are left unanswered, and we will hopefully soon find out. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching my trailer breakdown for Halo Infinite. This has taken me such a long time to make, so if you could drop a like on the video, and if you really enjoyed, hitting subscribe would mean the world to me. But if I got any information wrong, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. I'd really appreciate it, because I want to know as much about this as I possibly can. But that's going to do it for me. This video has taken a lot of work, but I love you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!